Hello, welcome to the second video on the restoration of my 1974 Series 3 E-Type Roadster. Good news today, the boot floor has finally arrived, so thanks to SNG Barrett for that. And what I plan to do today is to offer the new panel up. As you can see, the old one's been removed, so what I'll do, I shall offer it up, mark round where everything needs to be cut it all out, clean it all up, clamp it in position and start spot welding. So what I should do, I should get everything set up and cleaned up, and then I'll switch the video on just to give you a quick update of what progress we're making. Right, thanks for now. Right, the American spec car has reinforcings, hope you can see this, along the bottom of the boot to take this awful piece of metal that they bought on, like that. This is where the rubber bumpers stick out of. Well, we're getting rid of that because we want to have it on the thing, on the European spec. Now this is the chrome finisher that fits on. But as you can see, because you've got this extra piece of metal welded to the back, it doesn't quite fit under there. So what I'm doing is removing this piece of metal off the original skin. What you need to do is to drill out all the spot welds. Now the easiest way to spot them, because sometimes they can be very hard to see, if you just grind off the paint, and then you can see an indentation where the spot weld has pushed it in a little bit. So drill all those out, lightly grind all the metal across the welds across the top, and then what I do, you get the disc cutter and you cut very gently through the metal, small sections, and then it's quite easy then just to tap with a chisel, lift it off, and you don't get any damage underneath. You might get a few tiny little marks, but when the new boot skin goes on, this will all be leaded. I'll lead all this through, and then all this will be smoothed out for the chrome finisher to go back on, and it fits like that. So that should be a nice job. Right, well, I'm going to carry on now because I've got about another hour's work, and then I shall offer the boot lid up, and then we'll just show you how to stitch it on with the MIG welder. Right, finally got it ready for welding on. As you can see, what I've done, I've drilled all the holes around this section, which then welds on to the light section here. On this section I've drilled down through, it's difficult to see, but I've actually drilled down through here, and then that will correspond with this section across there. Down through the body, this is where it's going to be leaded, and on here, I hope you can see that, there's holes all the way along, and I should be clamping it through and then welding through to hold it up on that section. Now I just want to show you the reason why I do it like that. Just bear with me, I'll get the camera set up. There we go, hope you can see this. If you imagine that these are two pieces of metal, and what a lot of people do for ease, they weld across the seam there, but of course what happens then, you get flexing like that. Let's see if that's working. But if you drill through and weld through there, you can't flex, so it gives it more integrity. It takes much more time to do, it's a longer job, and because some body shops are up against a deadline, you know, obviously they're going to go for the easiest option, but because I'm doing this for myself and time isn't particularly important, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way and stitching it through. Right, I'm going to get it mounted up now, and then I'll just show you how I'm going to do the. It's very important to remember that when you are actually stitching along, that you keep it as tight as possible. So weld a couple, move the clamp, tighten it up, weld a couple more, and move it, and so on. So I'm going to carry on now and get it all stitched in, and it'll probably be tomorrow now before I put the camera on it again and show you what the end result.